What's up? It's your boy Fats. Hit that like and subscribe button for your boy. I really appreciate that. In prison, you can't be nice to nobody up in there because once you start being nice to somebody up in there, they kind of take advantage of you in certain situations when it comes to being nice up in prison. I ain't saying you have to be tough or a bully or anything like that. It's just you can't be really nice to certain individual up in there because if you be nice to somebody up in there, like I said, they'll take advantage of you when it comes to certain situations. Well, one day I was sitting in the room getting ready for work. I work in the kitchen at this time. Is I had to go in at 3 in the morning. So while I'm sitting on my bunk waiting for them to open the door for me to come out, I heard somebody down there arguing in the cell because I heard them through the vent, because people communicate through the vent, what I'm saying, at times. So when you hear somebody, what I'm saying, talking or whatever, you can kind of hear their whole conversation going on through the vents. So I was hearing this dude named Williams down there, what I'm saying, arguing with somebody. And I was like, dang, is that Williams? So I was just kind of curious. So I come out the cell, the guard opened the door, we come out, and when Williams come down, I was like, Williams, was that you down there arguing and stuff like that? He was like, nah, man. He was like, Bruce is just on some BS right now. And I was like, oh, for real? Now, Bruce is his celly, what I'm saying? Bruce is a big dude. I mean, he kind of heavy set. He don't really come up out of cells and stuff like that. He just basically stays in the cell all day long. So I'm sitting up here talking to Williams, we walking down there, what I'm saying, to the child hall, getting ready for work and stuff. And I'm like, shit, man, you sure you all right? Because he was looking kind of down. He was like, man, he was like, Bruce, man, he just be on some more BS. You know what I'm saying? He always want to argue about certain stuff at night and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, for real? He was like, yeah, man, he owe me a little money and stuff like that. But shit, he act like he don't want to pay me and stuff. But shit, he going to have to do something, you know what I'm saying, real quick, fast, in a hurry. Now, like I said, Williams was a short white dude. He wore glasses, looked real nerdy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Had a little dingy hair and stuff. I mean, he was cool as a mug, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, me and him worked in the kitchen. I kind of knew him from working up in the kitchen. So we walking down there. He just telling me, you know what I'm saying, that Bruce, like I said, he owe him a little money and stuff. Now, when you owe somebody some money in penitentiary, you know what I mean? It always, you know what I'm saying, is some type of consequence that comes to certain stuff like that because don't nobody want to owe nobody up in prison because once you owe somebody up in prison, things that get kind of bad for you. So I'm sitting up here, you know what I'm saying, listening to Williams talking and stuff. I was like, man, how much money? I mean, why he owe you some money? He was like, man, I sent him some money because he kind of needed, you know what I'm saying, some certain stuff. And I was like, well, why come you didn't give it to him out of commissary and stuff like that? He was like, man, it really don't matter. He ain't paying me right now. Even if I'd have gave him the commissary, shit, he still wasn't gonna pay me. So I was like, dang, man, I was like, shit, that is, you know what I'm saying, kind of true because, shit, if he ain't gonna pay you on the commissary, what makes you think he gonna, you know what I'm saying, send some money to your people or whatever? So we sitting up in there, you know what I'm saying, talking for a second, and then we finally get to work and stuff. So after work, we walking back, and he was like, man, I got to go up here and deal with this dude's crazy ass dude again. I was like, man, shit, don't even trip, man. Just go ahead, you know what I'm saying, try to figure it out, because it's Bruce owe you, eventually he gonna have to pay you and stuff like that. So Williams was like, yeah, man, but shit, man, he just taking his time. I said, how long has he owed you? He said, man, he owed me for 2 weeks. I was like, dang, that's a long time, you know what I'm saying, for somebody kind of owing somebody some money or whatever, because, on store day, they usually, once you owe somebody, you got to pay them back on store day. So in a week, you know what I'm saying, you should already know if a person going to pay you or not. So we getting back up to the cell. I go on my cell, he go down to his cell. So a few minutes later, I hear, you know what I'm saying, some arguing going on again down there, in the cell. So I come out to the day room out there. I come out to the run, sitting out there for a second. I'm just looking up at the cell and stuff like that, see if anything about to go down up in there. But then nothing, you know what I'm saying. Williams come running up out the cell, you know what I'm saying, for a minute. He come downstairs. He's sitting at the table talking to one of his friends and stuff like that. So they sitting over there talking and stuff. stuff, I'm over there kind of listening to their whole conversation, and Williams is like, man, you know what I'm saying, Bruce, I'm gonna have to hurry him get up out his cell because shoot, he ain't trying to pay me or trying to do anything like that. He's like, man, I kind of look out for him, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to certain stuff, So I'm listening to the whole conversation and stuff over there, So then that's when Williams looked over at me. He was like, hey, Fats, man. I was like, shit, what's up, man? He's like, shit, if Bruce come to your cell and ask you to get some compensatory, man, don't give him none and stuff like that because, like I said, he owed me and stuff. And I was like, shit, all right, man, now in the penitentiary, if somebody come to your cell and they want some compensatory or whatever, I mean, people normally give it to them because that's what we do. If somebody's up in there hungry or whatever, we kind of look out for people with the compensatory if you got a store and stuff like that. But Williams was telling me not to look out for Bruce and stuff. So I was like, shit, all right, man, even though, when it comes to certain situations like that, what I'm saying, people always come to your store and stuff. You always got to make sure that you give them what they want and stuff like that. It's just basically you putting them in debt to where they hadn't happened to pay you and stuff. So I was looking at that, I was like, shit, I ain't gonna do it and whatever. He was like, man, good looking, Fats, man. You know what I'm saying? If you need anything, just let me know. I was like, all right, man. He said, man, because, I'm cool as a mug. But he said, I'm nice. I ain't trying to, get myself involved in no type of situation or anything like that. I'm just trying to just basically do my time. He was like, but shit, Bruce, man, he just on some BS, you know what I'm saying, right now. I was like, shit, all right, man, So I get up, go back to my cell, chill out for the rest of the day. Like I said, you know what I'm saying, Bruce don't come out his cell at all. He always up in there 24/7. So he come out when we go on a chow, he come out, get his little ice, go back up to his room, and I'm looking at his big old self, you know what I'm saying, walking, he wobbling and stuff, you know what I'm saying, shoes going to the side, I'm looking at him laughing and shit, because like I said, you know what I'm saying, he a big dude, so he get his ice and go back up to the cell, and he look at me, he's like, what you looking at? So I was like, shit, what you talking about, Bruce? He was like, shit, man, what you looking at, man? I was like, shit, man, I ain't looking at nothing, you know what I'm saying? I was just paying it, you know what I'm saying, just doing my normal stuff. I'm about to go to child. He was like, yeah, go to child. You know what I'm saying? He being all smart and stuff like that. Because like I said, he seen me and Williams talking and stuff all the time. And he know that, you know what I'm saying, me and Williams work in the kitchen or something. So he kind of, you know what I'm saying, looking at this whole situation like, basically, whatever's going on with him, he probably end up telling him something or whatever. So the next night, you know what I'm saying, right? Like I said, before we go to work and stuff, I hear him over there arguing again and stuff up in the cell. So I'm like, dang, it's getting kind of wild down there, because I'm hearing him, you know what I'm saying, going back and forth. And, you know what I'm saying, me and my bunkie, you know what I'm saying, listen to the whole thing, He's like, man, damn, man. He's like, shit, man, Bruce down there, you know what I'm saying, being kind of loud, ain't he? I was like, yeah. He's like, shit, what him and Williams on, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I kind of, you know what I'm saying, told him what was kind of happening and stuff like that. And he was like, man, Bruce don't like paying nobody and stuff. He likes, you know what I'm saying, being one of the most scandalous ass dudes and stuff. He don't really like paying and stuff. And I was like, oh, for real? I was like, I'm like that? And he was like, yeah, man. He's like, I've been down with him for a minute, so I kind of know how he kind of run things and stuff around here and stuff. He was like, shit, he always, you know what I'm saying, be trying to bully people, and run game on the people that be kind of cool with him and stuff. And I was like, oh, for real? I said, shit, when you nice in penitentiary, you know what I'm saying, like I said, things always end up bad, you know what I'm saying? Y'all leave it in the comments or whatever, you know what I'm saying, if you think that person should be nice up in the penitentiary, because once they nice up in there, you never know what kind of happened to those people. So I'm sitting up here, you know what I'm saying, talking to my bunkie and stuff, you know what I'm saying, for a second. I go to work. I come back out. That's when Williams came up and he's like, man, I got to move up out this cell, man. I got to move up out this cell real quick, fast, in a hurry. And I was like, oh, for real? He was like, yeah, man, because, you know what I'm saying, me and Bruce ain't going to really be getting along too much, And I was like, yeah, that's probably a good thing to do, you know what I'm saying, because shit, you just never know what kind of happened, you know what I'm saying, when you up in the cellmate with somebody and they owe you, because they might end up trying to do something to you, put their hands on you when they trying to go to bed or whatever. You just never know what kind of happened up there when it comes to those situations right there. So a couple days go by, I'm sitting up in there, come back to my little cell. And when I'm coming back, that's when I seen Williams, with the cart, by his door, putting all this stuff up in the cart and stuff. And then that's when, Bruce come back. He was like, man, you ain't got to leave up out the cell, Williams, man. Man, you cool, you ain't got to leave up out the cell, And Williams is like, man, I'm just trying to, get myself up out the situation. You act like you don't want to pay me and stuff like that. I don't want to be in the cell with you if you ain't going to be trying to pay me because, you just never know what can kind of happen with those type of situations right there. So Bruce like, man, come on, man, just go ahead, just tell the unit team, that you ain't gonna move, that me and you just gonna be, hanging out, So they got to, going back and forth talking and stuff. And Williams was like, nah, man, I'm going ahead and move up out here. So he get his stuff, going downstairs, put his stuff up in another room and stuff. So I'm looking at that whole situation, and while I'm on a run looking, that's when, Bruce looked at me. He was like, man, what you looking at, man? I'm tired of you looking at me. So I was like, man, what you mean? You tired of me looking at you? He said, I ain't looking at you, because I wasn't, I was just out there on the run, doing my normal stuff, just laying on the run right there, looking down at the day room and stuff, So Bruce with his big self come walking by me, so I lean up, let him go and get on by me and stuff like that. So then a few minutes later, that's when he go downstairs, and he's down there talking to Williams at the door where his new cellie at, they down there talking, for a minute or whatever, So then the next day I go to go to work in the morning and stuff, like I said, I work in the kitchen. I go get up. Get up. That's when Williams come down, to me when I was walking to the going to work to the child hall. That's when he was like, man, I'm glad to be up out that cell, man. I was like, shit, what you gonna do about your money or whatever? He's like, man, I'm just gonna, I ain't gonna even worry about it because, shit. I ain't gonna put myself in a situation to where things get kind of bad for me or whatever. And I was like, but shit, you don't want nobody, basically looking at you, saying that you ain't, that somebody ain't paid your debt or whatever, then somebody else gonna try to run some game on you. I said, you're gonna have to, figure something out on that because, like I said, in the penitentiary, when you do things like that, when you in debt with somebody's in debt with you or whatever, you have to pay because if you don't pay, you can end up losing your life quick, fast, in a hurry or get into some type of fight or whatever real fast and stuff. So we sitting up here talking and stuff, he's just telling me he ain't worried about it and stuff. I was telling him, hey, man, you just can't be nice to everybody because once you start being nice to people up in prison, people try to take advantage of you in certain situations. He was, yeah. He said, because that show what Bruce did, he took advantage of this whole situation right here. And I was like, shit, yep. That's what he doing, So we get back to the, the dorm after work and stuff. I'm sitting up in, the day room. I'm looking at, Williams walking around, trying to figure out, I guess, he don't want to be up in the cell with his cellmate either. So he's just walking around the cell house, just trying to figure out some stuff. It was this dude named Pop Man. Now, Pop Man, he ran the store as well as whatever that. He just sold sodas and stuff. They just called him Pop Man and stuff because, like I said, he just sold the sodas out the store. So I guess Bruce been going to his store or whatever, getting stuff, left and right over that, So then Pop Man come downstairs, and he go over there and holler at Williams, he's like, I guess they talking and stuff for a second and stuff, and then that's when Williams, moving his hands back and forth, You can tell that he's kind of mad, about this whole situation and stuff. So Pop Man's like, said something to him real fast and he just walked off, He went back there to the shower and stuff. So then he come back out from the shower and that's when Pop Man, go over to Bruce's cell. He go upstairs to Bruce's cell and he go over and knock on the door. Boom, boom, boom. And when he knocked on the door, that's when Bruce opened the door. He looking out, with like I said, he kind of big, you know what I'm saying? So he had to open the door up real wide to where he can kind of look in the whole room and stuff like that. So then Pop Man, you know what I'm saying, go in the room with him and shit, you know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden you hear the boom, 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 boom. It start going down up in there. And I'm like, damn, I'm looking up at I'm looking upstairs, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm in the day room. And then that's when Williams come out. He looking up up the stairs too, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, man, what you got going on, man? He's like, man, I ain't hear nothing. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to do with that. He just kept saying that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's on Pop Man, you know what I'm saying, and Bruce, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Boom. So then a few minutes later, that's when Bruce come running out the cell, and when he come running out the cell, he gonna hit the bars right there. I mean, the guardrail right there real fast, and he take off running, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, his shoes are sideways and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? He can't run and something. I mean, man, the man was kind of big and stuff like that. He ran down the stairs, slip on the motherfucking stairs, boom, 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 boom. He going down the stairs real fast, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about his body's just boom, boom. He rolling like a tumbleweed going down the stairs, you know what I'm saying? He rolling like a tumbleweed. He get you the guard shack and stuff. The police kind of see everything that's kind of going on. The police come up in the dorm and stuff and looking. They like, hey man, what's going on and stuff. And when they seen that, you know what I'm saying, uh, uh, Bruce was looking kind of, you know what I'm saying, looking kind of nervous and stuff. They was like, shit, they heard him hit the button and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And Bruce, you know what I'm saying, start walking with the police, you know what I'm saying, up to the guard shack and stuff like that. And then once they got to the guard shack, that's when all the black suits came in there and they got Bruce up out the cell. But yeah, in prison, you can't be the nice guy up in there, because once you start being a nice guy up in there, like I said, people take advantage of you in certain situations and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that, you know, he didn't want to go through them type of situations that he went through, but he ended up going through it, you know. But Williams, you know what I'm saying, we had a good heart, you know what I'm saying. And when you got a good heart up in prison, you can't, you know what I'm saying, deal with certain people, because once you start dealing with certain people up in there, things get kind of bad for you. But yeah, this is your boy Fats, you know what I'm saying. Hit that like and subscribe button for your boy. I really appreciate that. Show me some love. Try to give me 200 likes if you can. I really appreciate that.